Hi, welcome to another Am I the Moron episode of Storytimeguru. If you like my content, please support my channel by clicking like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. In this episode, we will read some of the best Am I the Moron for taking my good friend and her 2 kids on vacation with me instead of my sister and her kids even though she said she needed the break, refusing to take my stepsister along on a family trip that my fiancé is paying for, standing my family up after they didn't invite my girlfriend to my birthday party, telling my adopted sister to go back to her true family, telling my mom she may no longer see my children anymore after she baptized my daughter without telling me. Remember, my opinion is my opinion, you will be the judge. Are they the morons? Here is our first story. Am I the moron for taking my good friend and her 2 kids on vacation with me instead of my sister and her kids even though she said she needed the break? Posted by Cupcake Commercial 666. This happened when I was 24, and my sister is still mad about it, and thinks I was the moron. I just want to see if I am or not. Long story short, I won a raffle at my job for an all-expense paid family vacation. It wasn't a super fancy prize to Disneyland or anything crazy, it was just a nice 3-day stay at this little beach house and place. It was for 4 people. I asked new BF at the time to go, but he couldn't because school. I told nobody I won, but when I came down to visit my family for the weekend, my sis was there with my niece/nephew, who are the 2 brattiest kids I've met thanks to sis not disciplining them ever. I love them, but she lets them get into everything and never watches them unless someone, me or our mom, yells at her to get off her butt and watch them. Visiting is always a chore because I end up watching them to give our mom a break. It's pathetic. I'd considered inviting them to come before I arrived, but the longer I was there the more I hated the idea. By the time I was packing up to go home I knew I wasn't inviting them. She dumped them on me the entire time, like usual, and I knew if they came it would turn into me babysitting them while she had a vacation. So I didn't mention it. Next day I told my friend Megan because she has 2 kids, older than Sis's kids and very well behaved, and she's a single working mom who could use the vacation. I offered to invite her along if she would pay for the gas to get us all to Slash from there, and she happily agreed. We went, had a blast, I got a pretty good tan, we ate lots of buffet food, and did fun family type activities all weekend before coming back. I posted some pics I took, nothing in your face, just a couple cute ones of me/us on the beach. When I got back and before lunch even rolled around, sis was blowing up my phone asking how the hell I could afford a vacation. I told her it was a raffle prize. She asked who won and I said me. She flipped her ass, demanding to know why I hadn't invited her. I was honest and said because I didn't want to babysit her kids for my entire vacation. She called me a moron, said I knew she needed a vacation, and then hung up on me. Later mom called asking why I promised niece/nephew I'd take them on vacation. I said I never told them I would. Turns out sis told them we were all supposed to go on vacation but I ruined it and now they couldn't, so they sobbed all day. I explained my side and mom said I was mean to not invite sis/niece/nephew, but she dropped it after I said I wasn't babysitting my whole vacation. I could have invited them but I just didn't want to. Sis thinks the family should come before friends. Am I the moron? OP, you are not the moron. Your sister did not tell your family the truth by saying you promised to take them. That should show you that she knows that she has to lie for people to take her. As I said before on my channel, I am a proud dad of 6, yes I did said 6 kids, and I hate every time I see entitled parents complaining about their kids. Your kids are your responsibility, not anybody else, not the grandparents, not the sisters, not the older kids, and yes I am 100% involved in my kids' life. Right now 4 of the 6 live with me, the first 2 are big and are not under my roof, but still my responsibility. You did not do anything wrong, it was your vacation and it was to enjoy it, not to be a babysitter for your entitled sister. Am I the moron for refusing to take my stepsister along on a family trip that my fiancé is paying for? Crossposted by Jazzy3113. I've changed some details because I'm pretty sure my stepsister uses Reddit. When I was 11 my mom married my stepdad who also had a 13-year-old daughter. For the purpose of this post we'll call her Emma. Me and Emma have never gotten along. When I was 22 I finally went no contact with her. The straw that finally broke the camel's back was when she gleefully announced she was pregnant with my then fiancé, on Christmas Day. That was honestly one of the worst times in my life and it took me a really long time to recover from the betrayal. Emma ended up marrying my ex, and they have a little boy together. I'm currently 28 and engaged to a wonderful man, who is a lot better than my ex ever was. Emma and my ex ended up divorcing after 3 years, and she now lives with my mom and stepdad. My fiancé has family in Italy who he'd like me, and my parents, to meet before the wedding. The original plan was to go this summer, but obviously with COVID our plans got put on hold. I was discussing the plans to reschedule for next year with my mom recently, and she asked me if I was going to invite Emma and her son along. I told her I wasn't, and she asked me to reconsider, because she didn't think my stepdad would come otherwise. That's fine with me. It's really my mom and dad that my fiancé wants to introduce to his family. She argued Emma has matured since becoming a mom and getting divorced, and that she wants to attempt to have a relationship with me. When I told her I wasn't interested, she said I was putting her in an awkward position and that I was taking my half-sister and stepbrother on my dad's side, so she felt like I was favoring him. My stepbrother is literally the person who introduced me to my fiancé, and my half-sister and I are close. She also said it's unfair because Emma could never afford a trip like this on her own, and my nephew would be the one to miss out on bonding time with his cousins. She asked me to reconsider before she left, and has only replied to my texts to ask if I'd changed my mind. I'm starting to feel guilty because I know mine and Emma's dislike for one another has put a massive strain on my mom's marriage, and it's not fair to her. My mom's sisters have also called me to ask me to change my mind. I'm starting to worry my mom might not come either with how cold she's being. My full sister has also reached out, and told me Emma had been going to therapy and has realized that what she did was horrible, and that I should consider forgiving her because she was going through a lot of her own issues, depression, low self-esteem, at the time, and that my ex also made her suffer a lot too. Realistically, if she came on the trip, I could just avoid her the entire time, but I also don't know if she has changed or if she'll start up her old tricks again. My fiancé is also the one paying for the trip, and I selfishly don't want him to pay for her. Am I the moron? Edit. I tried to read all the comments, but I have around 900 unread messages, so I thought I'd just answer some questions being asked repeatedly here. Did Emma ever apologize? No. 2. Why are you taking your entire family to Italy? My fiancé wants to give our families the chance to get to know one another, and he hopes they'll be as close as his parents' families are. Also, he thinks I'll be more comfortable with my family there as well instead of being thrown in the deep end with all of his family in a foreign country. Also, our parents have already met. This is to meet his extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. 3. Does your fiancé know? What is his opinion? He knows I moved in with my dad shortly after everything went down, and my fiancé was already close friends with my stepbrother, so he used to hang out at my dad's place a lot, so he saw the whole aftermath. He thinks the request is ridiculous, but he has said he won't make the decision for me. My mom hasn't actually asked him despite threatening to, but he has made it clear he'll make sure she knows he doesn't want my stepsister there. 4. Why can't your mom just come on her own? This is just an assumption, but I think she doesn't want to face my dad alone. They haven't had the best relationship after everything that went down. 5. Can't your stepdad or mom pay for her and you just don't invite her to the family events? In theory, yes, but we'll be staying with my fiancé's family, so this may raise uncomfortable questions. If they want to get her a hotel and just not interact with my fiancé's family the whole time, that's fine with me. Also, thank you for the awards. Am I the moron for standing my family up after they didn't invite my girlfriend to my birthday party? Posted by Glittering Rooster 682. A week ago I turned 23, I've been with Rye, nickname, for 5 years, engaged for 2 and living together for 3, Rye is 27. Rye has really been my rock. She encouraged me to go to the university, let me move in with her when I couldn't cope with my parents, and gave me the push I needed to accept myself and be happy. She's just this great woman, but maybe I'm biased. We've never been a family to really celebrate birthdays. I'd get something small and a card and that would be it. But for whatever reason, my mother wanted to celebrate this birthday and I agreed. Let her and my sister, 30 female, arrange everything. A week before my birthday I get told that Rye wasn't invited because my grandmother and mother don't like her, age difference, and they think she turned me, and that maybe we could do 2 meals, one with my siblings and Rye, and one with my family. But then my other sister texted me, an hour later, saying she'd talked to the family about inviting Rye. A few days before my birthday she said it was a no-go, but they'd arranged something else to include Rye. Rye was fine with not being invited, but I'm not. I just decided to drop it and just didn't turn up. Now my family are texting me saying that I've embarrassed them and that I could have done something with Rai later on, and that I'm being manipulative. I'd ignore this, but Rai is upset that I've made them think she's behind this, and they'll blame her for it. Sorry for not making it clear, I am a woman, not a man, so yes, them accusing her of turning me, is them accusing her of turning me gay. Am I the moron? OP, your family will definitely blame Rai, but you are not the moron. On the other hand, your family will receive some moron points for that. Your partner is your partner, your family has to accept it and live with it, but you definitely not the moron. Am I the moron for telling my adopted sister to go back to her true family? Crossposted by Lucifer_66. Throwaway because my parents use Reddit and know my Reddit account. I know how the title sounds, but if you are not willing to read the full post before commenting, then don't comment at all. Your perspective about this situation might change. Being the only child in the family was awesome. I got to have my own room, friends, iPad, etc., which I'm now obligated to share with my so-called sister. Yes, even friends. They adopted her 1 year ago for a reason I till now fail to understand, but I strongly believe it's because I was not good enough for them. I'm really hurt because they never ever asked me if I want another sibling. I just had to accept the fact that I suddenly have a younger sister, and should now share everything I have with her and treat her as part of the family. How am I supposed to do that? I can't just start feeling close to her, and the fact that I am forced to involve her in all my plans infuriates me, and makes me hate her even more. Today my friends and I decided to challenge ourselves to stay awake all day, by doing many different sort of things that will keep us from getting bored. Obviously, since we share the same room, my sister heard this, and told me she would like to join the activity. I was honestly hoping I could finally do something without her, but of course she had to ruin it. I told her no and she said she is going to tell my parents about it. I then got mad and told her to get the F out of my house and go back to her biological family. Her voice then changed and she told me she doesn't know where they are. But I told her to shut the F up and not get emotional with me because I really had it with her. She left the room and I started crying because of how stressed she makes me, but realized I should whip my tears fast because my parents can't see me like this. Otherwise, they will believe my adopted sister's words and I'll get punished for it. She obviously told them, but I denied what I said. I normally don't lie, so they believed my words and are now talking to her, obviously without being harsh, and will still not punish her because God forbid they treat my adopted sister wrongly. Am I the moron for the way I reacted? Final edit before leaving. Wow, I am back after 7 hours and this happened. Okay guys, I got it. I am the moron. No need for more UTA comments or facepalm/poop awards to let me know that what I did was wrong. Also regarding the auto mod, the mods responded and told me they will not remove it, so calm down. I won't delete the post so you no longer need to upvote automated. This is embarrassing. Also regarding the PMs, I now reached 500 and might not be reading them. If you actually wrote something nice, then I am sorry I didn't get to respond. OP, this will be short and simple. Yes, you are the moron. As a middle child I could tell you that your sister look up to you, and try to emulate what you do. It was a low blow, you knowing she is adopted, to tell her to go back to her biological family. You are definitely the moron here. Am I the moron for telling my mom she may no longer see my children anymore after she baptized my daughter without telling me? Posted by Chelsju_. A little backstory: I grew up in a very religious home. We went to church, non-denominational, 2 to 3 times per week. I always questioned what I was being taught, and when I was in 6th grade and going to a Christian school, I realized I was agnostic. I live in the Bible Belt, so it's difficult having my beliefs, or lack thereof. Despite my family all being religious, they have all respected my beliefs, not just mine, but my daughters, ages 8 and 9, Dad, who is an atheist, as well, everyone except my mother. A couple of years ago we told her she could no longer take the girls to church. We felt they were being indoctrinated and both were starting to deny science. She argued with us but realized how serious we were. She knew if she took them to church after a sleepover, she would be risking being able to see them and be in their life. Little did I know, she had been having Bible study with the girls on nights they would spend the night with her. Maybe every 3 weeks or so, the girls would have a sleepover with her. The girls had a sleepover with her this past Saturday. She brought them home to me Sunday afternoon. My fiancé and I were asking them if they had fun, what did they do, etc. My 8-year-old then said, "I got baptized." Excuse me, what? I remained calm because I didn't want her to think she was in trouble or did something wrong. I asked her whose idea that was. She said mine. Okay, so I asked a few more questions, and realized she had the idea because she was told if she were to die, she'd go to hell. She was terrified. So, my mom baptized my baby. My daughter said my mom asked the questions, and everything before the baptism, like do you accept Jesus into your heart? I was truly blown away by what she had done. It was such a breach of mine and their dad's trust, and she had crossed a huge line. I sent a group text to my mom and the girl's dad with the following. I don't know why I'm shocked, redacted, but I'm actually blown away by your enormous breach in trust. You crossed a huge line. You know how Ken and I feel about religion, and for poor Emmy to have the belief she will die and go to hell if she doesn't get baptized, putting that thought in her head is child abuse. No other way to look at that. My heart is broken for the girls because I know how difficult and confusing it's going to be for them to not see you anymore, but I absolutely cannot trust you with them anymore. My ex followed up with this. My name is speaking for both of us on this. I am heartbroken that you have forced us into having to do this. So, am I overreacting? Is this going to be more harmful to my children who have a relationship with her? Am I the moron? OP. She knew what she was doing and the consequences, but she did it anyway. She breached your trust. Also telling your kids that if they are not baptized they will go to hell is abusive and cruel. Religion should not depend on casting fear if people don't follow, particularly a young mind that is so vulnerable to manipulation and abuse. You are not the moron. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tap the notification bell.